It was quite sad, really, William thought. He couldn't help but wonder if his being here had caused all of this. "It's not your fault," he heard a voice from within say. "But they were good people. Why did they have to die?" William hadn't seen him amongst the crowd. Manho Clyson. He waited till the ceremony was over to sneak up on the young American and say, "I suppose you have never experienced a Dutch funeral?" With a glum look on his face, William turned around and said, "Hey, man, I didn't see you there. I was looking for you. I didn't expect to see that guy all dressed in black with those horses. I never heard of such a thing." The scholarly gangster looked at William sternly and said, "Forget about the phonies, boy. We have a lead on your brother's whereabouts." Now that Josh and Hannah Vandenberg were dead, the town speculated wildly about the war taking place. Terzoninians were puzzled, clapping off at the gums about the murders of Yanni and Rutger and the disappearances of the expediter, Rosie and Hunt, and now added to the death list, the Vandenbergs. The question most often asked around town was, who would be next? The town had a story, and the inhabitants would milk it for all it's worth. The bottom line was that Jimmy, or Hunt as he was known over here, had become the quintessential mystery man. Klaus and Mano at times seemed hopeful about certain information they had received, but each time the leads seemed to fizzle out like warm soda pop poured over ice cubes. "We must have us behind us," Klaus the Cracker said, standing alert in the road in front of Dykstra 33. The rock star gangster looked around, checked the alley on the side of the building, and seeing no junkies or street dealers, said to William, "All's goed dan." "All is good then," William said to himself, translating the Dutch words. With the day's stash stockpiled in a duffel bag over his shoulder, he locked the deadbolt behind him. He met Klaus in the road, handed him the loot and said, "Are we going to the Bundys tonight?" "Yeah, but first I want to show you something." The rock star gangster led him past the pub to another part of Dykstra. "You go see the shop there, you bruta was Wietende." They stopped a few doors down from the Dykstra. That's it, huh? William pictured his brother coming out day after day, heading into town for a night of partying with whores and gangsters. "Did you ever meet my brother?" "Ja, once we have met. We have run out of the weed at our shop, so I have went to 24. "Did you actually talk to him?" "He was a very friendly man, yeah. He seemed to know me, even though we had not met. He was, how you say, very professional. I have explained to him that we were out of the product, and he has allowed us to buy it from him for the one time." Klaus, sometimes your English is kind of hard to understand, but I hope we will find him soon. "I believe we will," added Klaus. They walked back outside in the middle of town, found themselves at Bundy's. When they strolled into the pub, Van Halen's Running with the Devil played to a packed crowd. The place looked like a steam room. It smelled like cannabis. Tonight we party at the home base, eh? We will have no problems here. William felt better about the moment. Relax, he told himself. Have a few drinks so you can sleep tonight. Who hiding? Agostino asked him. No, you better give me a Jack Daniels tonight, William said. Shit. When William woke up the following morning, he swore he'd never have another sip of whiskey again. Oh, my fucking head. It's definitely gonna be the worst hangover of my life. The Dutch know how to party. That's for damn sure. And to think that he'd once considered himself adept at the art of the drink. He learned to play every drinking game known to man with his fellow Mississippians as a teenager. No, these people knew how to throw down. In recovery mode, William sat behind the bar with Manos setting up for the day. He rubbed his temples, hoping it would make the pain go away. Where's Klaus? He asked. Klaus will perhaps be his woman. It seems they are making attempts to reconcile. William can never understand how a guy like Klaus, with the objective advice of someone like Mano Clausen, could put up with a woman such as Femke. Mano was a smart cat, but still Klaus wouldn't listen. The Dutch were social people, never missing a chance to have a coffee break, to gossip about the latest things going on. Coffee to them was an excuse, as well as a staple. A way for them to distance themselves from reality. They believed in something called gezelligheid, which meant cozy and warm and comfortable, all wrapped up into one word. And they believed in cannabis. Believed it could be controlled. Believed it could be tolerated. Believed that under the right circumstances, it would work fine in society. There were literally thousands of coffee shops throughout the country, from Friesland in the north to the Zeeland in the south. The grow rooms that hid below the surface, hundreds in any one city, helped to supply the shops. But in border towns like Terneuzen, demand outpaced supply because foreigners would cross the border to purchase pot. The local growers could not keep up the pace. So cannabis had to be smuggled into the country. Mano tended to one of these outcasts. The first customer of the day. The Vin Diesel-looking character haggled with the scholarly gangster over a fairly quantity of hash. With a flawless show of salesmanship, he handled the customer with ease, getting down to his level. Again, his mastery of the languages served him well. The usual array of customers continued to come as the day progressed. Klaus must have taken off the day, because he still hadn't shown up yet. The shop had settled down. Mano said to William, "You were very brave to come here." William thought for a second. "I don't know about that at all. You've been a courageous lad. Mano, you think we'll find my brother?" "Yes, I do." A Kalashnikov is a submachine gun made in the USSR. Some may know it as Automat Kalashnikov or AK-47. Created by Mikhail Kalashnikov, it is the weapon of choice around the world. To the people in Ternosian Centrum, they wanted a place of choice. Thus they named their center after the Russian gun. The establishment stood for unity. Such debate as to whether the name would cause problems actually helped to foster its inception. In spite of the dangers associated with being in the regular pubs and cafes, Kalashnikov was a place where you could feel comfortable, where you didn't have to worry about the street thugs and junkies harassing you. You could call it a pub, you could call it a cafe, or for that matter, a concert hall. But the bottom line was that the place existed for the people and by the people. For the local bands trying to make it big, and for the traveling ones already on their way up. Kalashnikov. Up and fancy. I'll tell you. Kalashnikov. Standing for peace. Kalashnikov. A local group working pro bono for a better cause. Kalashnikov. An idea formed by the far left Greens out of the local community. A place to discuss new ideas. But it was Tuesday night and the place was filled to capacity. Looted Inheritance, a local heavy metal band who'd recently signed a label, was backstage preparing to perform. Packs of teenagers hovered in cliques. Older hippies stood around like exclamation points, some wearing AC/DC and Metallica t-shirts. Their heads bobbing to outs and chains. Here comes the rooster. The figure eight of a dozen joints wobble around the room, through the packs and into the hands of coffee shop owners and their dealers. After all, on this weekend evening, everyone had come to enjoy a party. The band's entourage moved over the stage, fine-tuning electronics, doing mic checks, running chords here and there. Nearby, groupies cooed enthusiastically, hoping to meet the band members. Just then, a commotion erupting near the entrance to the club. Yari Fisser, the unruly gangster, made his way through the crowd. He saw that many of the women had taken heed of his presence. Some of them had boyfriends, he noticed, and their lovers now regarded him with distasteful esteem. Violently, he glared at them as if to say, "I'll fuck you up a good one." Fisser felt on top of the world. A gram of Colombian cocaine freshly circulating through his system. He took it out at the bar made available by the bartender. With guttural hellos and subtle nods, he greeted many of the patrons around. Madonna's Vogue now pumped seductively over the roar of the crowd, and to his dismay, he found himself thrusting his head to the beat. His synapses firing on all levels. He had been thinking, "The Colombian's worth his weight in gold. I can't feel my fucking face." Greta Garbo and Moreau, Dietrich and Damascia, Marlon Brando, Jimmy Dean on the cover of a magazine, Grace Kelly, Arlo Jean, picture of a beauty queen, Fred Astaire, Ginger Roberts dance on air. They had style. They had grace. As the words entered his ears, they energized Fisser. The unruly gangster was ready to party now, all fucking night. He looked around and saw that no one man in this room could take him. For fuck's sake, I'll take on any 5 of them. Fuck them, he thought supremely. To make matters worse, in his back pocket, another 5 grams of the powerful drug awaited consumption. Party time, he told himself, thinking he had enough to last throughout the night, even if he had to share a little with Femke, or whomever he ended up with. Where was that little bitch anyway? Surely she's here. She no relate to the big parties. He ordered drinks for everybody and a maker's mark for himself, showering money in all directions. In a subdued area of the bar, amid 20 people or so, he spotted her. The model was flirting with some asshole. Fisser knew that all it would take was for him to walk up and say boo, and the dude would be history. Because it was dark inside, he couldn't tell if Femke's friend was a local or just some dick on the wall. Beyond a few beers and joints, Femke van der Wal could have cared less about Klaus. He's such a dumbass, she mused. He believes everything I tell him. Femke knew the plain, simple fact was Klaus loved her. He was such a fool. She fed him the same excuse time and time again. I was drunk, Klaus. I don't know what got into me. It won't happen again, baby, I promise. I just won't go out anymore. Not without you. She never considered that one day Klaus might just snap. Yard Visser's face popped out of the crowd, diverting her attention away from her would-be suitor. The unruly gangster spotted the model making her way toward him. Their eyes met, and they turned away, then met again. He mouthed the words, "Meet me in the bathroom." The model understood. She nodded back. In the bathroom, with butterflies in her stomach, Femke waited eagerly. She could only hope that Klaus was nowhere to be found. Visser went through the bathroom door. He dropped his pants and had Femke naked before she could take 5 breaths. "Yari," she said when they were done. Oh, that was so exciting. Visser released his ponytail, shook out his hair and pulled it back again. "When can I see you again?" "Tomorrow morning, meet me at my flat. Klaus took the day off, so he'll have to go to the shop tomorrow." "Yari dear, he told me something very disturbing this afternoon. I'll explain tomorrow." "Disturbing? Like what?" The model, looking very serious now, replied, "I'll tell you all about it at breakfast. I'll have to go." Femke turned away from him, unlocked the bathroom door, and strode out with a satisfied look on her face. After finishing up a couple of lines of cocaine in the bathroom, Visser felt superhuman once again. He flung open the bathroom door and headed straight for the bar. Femke was gone. "Give me a fucking Jaeger bomb." In the recessed corner of the room, in a subdued light, little did Visser know, but Mano Kleisen had witnessed the entire event. Like a rook on a chessboard, he stood ready to strike.